Sawadee Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chonapalai. There is heightened security in southern provinces, especially in Narathiwat province, because starting today, Thailand's Muslim community in the south is celebrating the Eid al-Adha festival, or the festival of the three sacrifices. Muslim communities in Sateng district of Yala province started celebration of the Eid al-Adha festival early this morning and joined mass prayers at local mosque in accordance with Islamic tradition. A large number of Muslims in many provinces have joined the mass prayers, including Pattani and Songkhla. Muslim shop owners in the three southernmost provinces have closed their businesses for the festival of the sacrifice taking place from today through this Monday. In Hat Yai district of Songkhla province, a special police force from the Provincial Police Region 9 was deployed to reinforce the joint operations of military, police and administrative staff to ensure the safety of residents, tourists and the business district during the annual festival. Every year at the end of Ramadan, Muslims throughout the world observe a joyous three-day celebration called Eid al-Fitr, or the Festival of Fast Breaking. It is an Islamic holiday commemorating Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his own son, Ismail, before God, but God accepting ram as the sacrifice instead. Animals are sold, slaughtered, and a share of the meat is distributed to the poor. The Protecting Siam Group or Ongkan Pitak Siam rally will be taking place on Sunday. It is being reported that squadron leader Prasong Sunsiri will be addressing the rally about Pheu Thai Party's corruption. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has refused to make any comments to the media about the imminent cabinet reshuffle. It has been reported by various media that the new cabinet list has been forwarded to His Majesty the King for royal endorsement. However, concern is growing because the new cabinet lineup has not yet been confirmed. This uncertainty has an effect on ministers who might not retain their portfolios in the new lineup. Take, for example, General Yuthassak Saripaha. He has cancelled a meeting at National Intelligence Agency today. In addition, Arak Chontranont, Energy Minister, who is likely to be replaced by Phongsak Raktapong Paisan, has cancelled his meeting with 4 ministries over the price of LPG. The Minister of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Thira Wongsamut, has submitted a letter of resignation. There has been a report that Yukhon Lim Lam Thong is to be the new Agriculture Minister, and Natut Saikur is expected to be Deputy Minister of Commerce. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has made no comment about the new cabinet yet. This evening, the Premier is going to Hanoi for the second Thai-Vietnam cabinet meeting tomorrow. The Protecting Siam Group does have the constitutional right to hold a mass rally against the government on this Sunday. General Bullard Galprasit, the rally group's chairman, said that 10,000 participants are expected to take part, claiming the country is being inefficiently run by a puppet government and contains anti-monarchy elements. Squadron leader Prasong Sunsiri is expected to be one of key speakers who will address the rally about Pheu Thai Party's corruption. However, General Bullard, chairman of Pitak Siam Group, said that the rally welcomes all parties, be they yellow or red shirts. The rally will be a gathering of patriots and people loyal to the monarchy without backing from any one political party. Over 70% of the Thailand's GDP depends on exports. Recently, I talked to Dr. Anusorn Thamachai, the Dean of Faculty of Economics at Rangsit University, who pointed out how economic stimulus packages in the U.S. can help boost the Thai economy. For the QE3 of the U.S., what are the ways in which that Bank of Thailand have to do in terms of the monetary policy?
Bank of Thailand should carefully monitor capital inflow, especially hot money that related with the speculative activity in financial market. This is I think a major task of BOT now to stabilize baht currency. If we have stable baht, it will support our export sector. That will be good for the GDP growth for Thailand.
Right. So in terms of the export sectors, you think that Thailand will achieve our goals? So how much that the export growth will be this year?
I think we need to try harder for the rest of the year to make up. At least we can have export growth at least 4%, 5%, we can achieve it. But 15% may be impossible.
And then the export growth also related to the GDP growth. What do the Yangtze University expect, forecast this year?
I think if we consider all the latest economic situation, I think if we go to reality, I think the possible GDP growth for Thailand this year is only 4%.
So
because we have a slowdown of the global economic growth that's slower than expectation, especially the situation in Europe and also in the US.
Today, the Department of Civil Aviation, or DCA, called all the charter flight airlines to a meeting over their service standards and measures to protect passengers' rights after PC Air failed to ferry Thai passengers from Incheon Airport in Korea, a failure which has dramatically affected Thai tourism to Korea. Because PC Air left some 400 Thai passengers stranded at Incheon Airport in South Korea 2 weeks ago as a result of a failure to pay their fuel bills. Today, the DCA Director General Waradet Hanprasert and the Ministry of Communications invited 6 charter flight operators to a meeting in an effort to prevent any reoccurrence of the incident. Chacha Siddhipan, Deputy Minister of Transport, said that the subject of airline service standards will be raised at today's discussion, as well as the regulations regarding renewal of aviation licenses. A definitive statement of the ministry's service and safety requirements will be announced soon. In addition, airline operating licensing must be more reviewed from today, especially any airline which has just one aircraft. There are 6 charter flight businesses which operated in Thailand, namely PC Air, Jet Asia Airways, City Airways, Solar Aviation, U Airlines, and Siam General Aviation. Myanmar's banking system introduced ATM cards last year, and now residents in Yangon appear to be embracing the system with enthusiasm. An official of the Myanmar Cooperative Bank said each ATM around Yangon needs to be regularly topped up with about 10,000 US cash.
The city's ATM network has expanded to 27 machines within a year. Before the arrival of the ATMs, residents had to queue at the bank to take cash out.
We can get money from ATMs everywhere. It's better and easier than before when we had to take money from the bank. It's easier.
Last month, debit cards were launched in the newly reformed country, giving customers their first taste of using plastic for shopping, dining and travel in the latest leap forward for its cash-dominated economy. The Myanmar Cooperative Bank said at least 250 new customers are registering every day for debit cards. Plans are in place to offer credit cards in the coming months after MasterCard reached an agreement with the Cooperative Bank to issue the country's first branded cards. The bank's card department manager, Sandar Tun, said that once the credit cards arrived, economic flow would increase. Local business people are also looking forward to the new and easy banking system. Debit and credit cards have been available for years in most neighbouring countries, but the arrival of plastic in Myanmar is a significant step for an economy lumbered with an antiquated banking system after decades of Western sanctions and disastrous fiscal policies under the military regime. But that regime gave way in March 2011 to a quasi-civilian government under President Thein Sein, who has introduced a series of political and economic reforms. These have included the introduction of a managed float of the kyat currency in April this year, when a system of multiple exchange rates began to be dismantled. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kuni Hugh. As the Futsal World Cup 2012 is being hosted in Thailand and Thai security is being rolled out at all tournament stadiums, the Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra will preside over the opening ceremony. Police General Warapong Chilpricha, Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Police, has prepared a special unit to guard key personnel from FIFA, all football players and referees during the November 1st through 18th tournament. The security measures will include 300 to 400 police officers on duty at all times. It is confirmed that the opening ceremony will be held at Huamak Indoor Stadium on November 1st, and Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has been invited to preside over the ceremony. After the opening celebrations, Thailand will face Costa Rica in the first match of Futsal World Cup 2012. Nimibut Gymnasium examination is being reviewed by FIFA as one of the venues to stage the World Cup. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports Gymnasium has spent 30 million baht on renovations to the stadium. The minister reassured the FIFA of the readiness of the stadium for a futsal match next Friday. The Nimibut Gymnasium will be handed over to FIFA this coming Monday. Last but not least, happy birthday to the most beloved robot cat in Asia, Doraemon. Even though the beloved futuristic robotic cat won't be born for another 100 years, he has been delighting audience in Asia and around the world for more than 4 decades, both on TV and in popular Japanese cartoon. Even a century ahead of his time, Doraemon, originally created by Fujiko F. Fujio in 1969, has achieved international popularity. Doraemon's actual birth date is the 3rd of September, 2112. This is intentionally linked to his height of 129.3 centimeters, his ability to jump to a height of 129.3 centimeters, and running speed of 129.3 kilometers per hour. A cat-like robot from the 22nd century, Doraemon travels from the future in a time machine. The figure of 129.3 gained the interest amongst Japanese primary school children because it is their average height. A key figure behind the cartoon and anime series' success is the main protagonist, Nobita Nobi, affectionately called Nobita by children of all ages. Unlike other protagonists in cartoons for boys, Nobi has a weak mind, cries a lot, and always relies on Doraemon to solve his daily problems. Their friendship, Doraemon's magic pocket, and each chapter's moral idea are keys to the character's enduring popularity. In Japan, they will celebrate Doraemon turning -100 years old by giving him an official residence in the city where he'll be born. In Hong Kong, Harbour City hosted the 100 years before the birth of Doraemon exhibition between August 14th and September. And Thailand Post released a set of stamps featuring Doraemon on October 18th, and 17 episodes of Doraemon movies will be shown on cable TV. On the weather front, we can expect some wet and windy weather to start next week. Tropical storm Son-Tin in the middle South China Sea is currently centered about 750 kilometers east of Da Nang in Vietnam, with maximum sustained winds blowing at about 80 kilometers per hour. The storm is moving north and northwest and will hit upper Vietnam by Sunday and then become a low pressure cell covering upper Laos. Light to moderated rain is likely in the upper and eastern part of northeastern Thailand. From Monday, active high pressure areas from China will extend to upper Thailand. Thunder showers are expected over the north, the northeast and central, and the east, followed by a drop in temperature. More rain is likely in the south, and the strong winds will bring high rough seas to the Gulf of Thailand. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. I'm Tip Chonapalai. Have a good night. สวัสดีค่ะ